What is up, you geezer blow tie geezers? It is Chrismadagaming here. It's time for me to talk about something that I wish Blizzard could do to improve on Overwatch. Now, just because I talk about this in the video does not mean to say I expect this to be done immediately, because, well, there are lots of other things that Blizzard could be focusing on that are maybe top priority compared to this, like fixing competitive, creating new heroes, new maps, nerfing fucking D.Va. I mean, seriously, why would you do this, Jeff? Oh yeah, that's right, to, you know, stop Goat's Comp from being so overpowered. I mean, you know, buffing Reaper, buffing Tracer, nerfing Armor, nerfing D.Va's defense matrix in general. I mean, yeah, I get it. I understand, right? Fine. But the reason why I've called for another Overwatch talk video on the channel is because I want Blizzard to eventually look into this topic and maybe change the way this part of the game is fleshed out right now. I'm talking about the arcade. Now, this idea of a topic follows the video that Stylosa did quite a week ago, titled the Top 10 Things Overwatch Players Want in 2019, and one of the things mentioned in that video was to give the arcade a bit of love. Now, before we go into this, let me give you a reminder as to how arcade currently works. So, you have one big game mode to the left. It's basically the biggest card in the arcade mode. So you got like the big game mode. Then you got 4 smaller game cards to the right. Some game modes rotate weekly. Then you have one game mode that changes daily, and then the one game mode that never leaves the arcade, Mystery Heroes. I mean, when was the last time Mystery Heroes ever left the arcade? Probably never. It will always be there, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you go into arcade, Mystery Heroes will always be there. There is a massive window of opportunity for Blizzard to use this to their advantage, to come up with new game modes. And this is what Overwatch needs in general, just new stuff, like maybe an expansion in the future. But this game needs new stuff. I mean, it's all well and good that all of this stuff is in the arcade and, you know, it rotates every week, rotates every day, you know, to keep things fresh every week. You know, obviously you get 3 rewards every time you go into the game. And yeah, you get 3 loot boxes every week, which is nice. But I mean, let's list off all of the game modes that are currently in the arcade right now. Hopefully I won't miss anything out. I mean, if I do miss anything out, then let me know in the comments. Yeah, so let's list them off. We got 4v4 team deathmatch. We got capture the flag. We got low grab, 3v3 elim, 6v6 elim, 1v1, mystery deathmatch, free for all deathmatch, no limits, and of course mystery heroes. Now, how many is that? That's relatively 10 game modes in the arcade. We are into our 3rd year of Overwatch, and I've got to be honest, hand on heart, this isn't enough at all. And I wish that Blizzard could use the arcade to conjure up some new game modes and, you know, to keep things fresh, to keep people coming back to the game. I mean, imagine if, right, there was a game mode in the arcade that was there for like ages and ages, and it had maps being developed for that game mode. And the more maps that Blizzard make to coincide with that game mode, the more of a likelihood that that game mode would end up becoming a core game mode. I mean, imagine that. Imagine if Capture the Flag somewhat became a core game mode. So obviously we have Control, we have Payload, we have Hybrid, and we have Assault. So we have, what, 4 core game modes. Now imagine if Capture the Flag suddenly became a core game mode. Then it would end up being in quick play rotation, it would end up being in competitive. I mean, there has been instances where Capture the Flag has had a competitive part in the arcade itself. And of course they have experimented with this before. This is what I mean, like being able to use the arcade to your advantage to create new stuff. Then over time you start to create maps for that game mode when that game mode suddenly becomes a popular thing. And then maybe, just maybe, that game mode in about a couple of years' time will end up being a core game mode. I'm probably talking out my bloody arse right now, but maybe it could be a thing. Now, deathmatch is also another thing. Every single like game mode in the arcade has had some kind of a competitive thing in the past. So it's not like Blizzard can't come up and say, oh, well, we can't really use this game mode as a competitive thing because, well, we've never used it. Well, you've clearly have, because you've had things in the past where you've added a competitive game aspect of the game mode in arcade, maybe as a sort of tryout, I guess, I don't know. But what do you think in the comment section down below? Do you think that some of the game modes that were in the arcade mode suddenly become a core game mode in the game because there are plenty of maps that have been made for that game mode. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm probably talking out of my arse, but I just feel like, because I've played this for a game for a long time, I kind of like know how this game functions, and I feel like I know what this game should do to improve on itself, simply by using the arcade to experiment on new things. Because like I said, like people have been saying, this game needs new stuff. I don't think that this game can warrant another year where it hardly did anything. I mean, look at the events, right? Look at all the events that Blizzard did. They hardly did anything to the events in 2018. All they did was just add new skins. And if Blizzard think that this is the one thing that will bring people back to the game, I mean, yes, everyone wants to buy the new skins. Everyone wants to open loot boxes to get new skins. I mean, yeah, loot boxes are a bit of a controversy right now for obvious reasons. But, you know, like, skins cannot just be the one simple thing that will bring people back to the game. I mean, when the event finishes, I guess that's when people just sort of like distance themselves away from the game. And then when the next event comes around, you got new skins. That's when people come back. Yeah, we cannot have that kind of thing again. We need new things to be added to these events, maybe even new game modes. Do you remember back in 2017 when we had Year of the Rooster, not the Year of the Dog, but the Year of the Rooster, when Capture the Flag was introduced as a new game mode within the event? And then people loved it so much at that time that Jeff Kaplan came into a dev update and said, right, because Capture the Flag was so popular within that event, we have suddenly decided to have Capture the Flag as a permanent game mode in the arcade. That's when Capture the Flag came about, and that was at a time where Capture the Flag stuck around. And it now needs to be like because it's been there long enough, surely to God it needs to be a permanent thing in the game in terms of the core aspect. I mean, you let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, but this is what I feel. I mean, coming from someone who's been playing the game every evening for a long time, and well, somebody who cares about the game, somebody who cares about this game's safety. I mean, we've recently had XQC come back doing live streams on Overwatch quite recently. I think it was yesterday he came back streaming Overwatch because of his ban. I think he got banned for abusive chat or something, and, you know, he stopped playing Overwatch for a while and then started playing other games. And then, well, obviously his ban got lifted yesterday, so he was able to play Overwatch. And then that was when Overwatch suddenly got more viewers on Twitch. It got to about 60k views, like for the first time in ages, because obviously XQC started streaming again. And well, it got more interest in the game, because if the more people that are streaming Overwatch, the more interest it gets, the more likely that people will come to the game and start playing it, you know. I've pretty much gotten so sidetracked in this video, I'm sorry. But going back to what I was originally saying, Blizzard need to use the arcade mode more, you know, to conjure up some new game modes, conjure up some new things that we can play for 2019 to make sure that this game is more fresh every single time. Because right now, I play the arcade more than anything. I don't play competitive. I play the arcade more than anything else. I'm an arcade player in Overwatch, and it takes me long enough to play the game to start realizing that this game is getting stale and it needs more stuff. I mean, if you totally agree with what I'm saying, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you think. I know I don't get very many comments. I mean, I don't expect to get anything in the comment section, but if there are people that are out there, just let me know what you think about this and give me your input. What do you think Blizzard should do to the arcade? Does the arcade mode need a bit of love? I honestly think so from my perspective, but do you yourself think that the arcade needs a bit of love? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Chrismadagaming. Check me out on my Google, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitch, and of course, my eBay store. Make sure you click on the notification bell if you want to be updated with any videos I intend to do in the future. Have a great day. Have a great life. Be nice to your fellow gamers, because we are all human beings. I've been Chrismadagaming. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.